Over the weekend, Monique would ignite a viral and cultural conversation on her social media. While in the airport, she noticed too many black women wearing bonnets, headscarves, pajamas, and slippers. Monique will also point out that she sees this in stores and in the malls as well. The Queen of Comedy had to ask, when do we lose pride in representing ourselves? People in the comments were split over Monique's message, with some agreeing with her stance and others disagreed, saying Monique needed to mind her business. In response, she said, "You are my business, and if more of us got involved with us, maybe our community would stand stronger." Today we have our comedy hype analyst, Capone, in the studio, and Pierre calling in to talk about Monique's comments. But first, let's take a look at this clip.
Y'all, some of y'all have given me the title of auntie, and I'm honored that y'all do that, right? But there are times where auntie gotta talk to her babies and say some real shit. Got to the airport yesterday, I was excited, like, all right, baby, let's go get him in Jackson, Mississippi. And as we began to walk through the airport, I saw so many, actually too many to count, and too many for me to tap. But I saw so many of our young sisters in head bonnets, scarves, slippers, pajamas, blankets wrapped around them, and this is how they're showing up to the airport. I've been seeing it, not just at the airport, I've been seeing it at the store, at the mall. I've been seeing sisters showing up with these bonnets and headscarves and their slippers. When did we step away of let me make sure I'm presentable when I leave my home? And if you don't want to comb your hair, they got enough shit out here now, baby, where you can style yourself up and look like you have pride. All of those posts that you see celebrities putting out there saying, hey queen, hey queen, hey queen, well, can we start putting it into action? So I'm asking our wiser sisters, when we see our little babies out there looking like they just don't care, and I'm not saying y'all don't, it looks like it. When I say, hey queen, I can only say it to the sisters that it belongs to, because a lot of us are still in queen training.
Now, after hearing that, Pierre, I want to start with you. What are your initial reactions?
I'm with her. That's my girl right there. I'm with her, man. Image is a lot. Image means a lot, especially as a black people. I think we're at the cusp of something changing for us with Black Lives Matter movement. We're in the real edge, going over the edge of success as black people, as seeing us in certain ways and acting, portraying jobs, getting everything moving forward. And I feel like that what she said is correct, as far as I'm concerned. Wearing bonnets and so forth, like pajamas at the airport. I mean, what's wrong with being a little more prideful? And I'm not saying you gotta wear your best clothes, your Sunday's best going through the airport or out. But when you're running around, why can't you just put on something that looks a little more presentable? What does a hair bonnet represent? What is that? What are you saying? That's almost like wearing a bathrobe out while you out going out in the streets. Sure, you can wear what you want to wear. I mean, I get that's America. But as black folks and women, how women are always being kind of looked at negatively on so many other things. Why can't a woman, not wear a bonnet? Why not wear a wrap or something like that on your hair, opposed to a bonnet? Why that? Or pajama pants? Why can't you put some sweatpants on? Why do you have to be pajama pants? So I'm down for what she said. I agree with her. We're too close to coming over that hill of being, getting the respect that we deserve, being deserved.
Right now, Capone, what are your initial reactions to that?
Love Monique, but she should have minded her business. People should wear what they want to wear to feel comfortable. The bottom line is we are in an age, in a time where nothing is real. Fake asses are in, fake breasts are in, all of this stuff that is superficial is in. If a person wants to wear a bonnet, maybe she couldn't get her hair done on time, or she's comfortable with that, we walking around here with masks and plastic stuff over our face. What's the difference with a bonnet now? Everybody walking around different, so wear what you want to wear, feel free. I remember I saw Monique in the airport and I had on a suit. And she was like, nigga, you fully dressed with a suit? Right. And she had on slippers at the time. So, no, I can't agree with that.
But hold on, comparing a mask and bonnet too. Mask is for safety.
But COVID can get in your hair.
Huh?
COVID can get in your hair.
Okay, all right. All right, well, you won that one then.
Now I wanna get into the comments of people, because for me as especially a black woman on the show, like I'm torn because as you mentioned, like you never know the reason behind somebody wearing a bonnet, right? Like for me, if I have an event at 3:00 and I need to run to the store, with our hair, especially if my natural hair is out, whether, like I have to think about all these things, so I'm probably gonna keep my bonnet on to run into the store. Now, do I wear my bonnet everywhere I go, like to an event, or absolutely not, because that's the way I was raised. But it's hard for me to look at people and be like, I'm automatically gonna put you in this box because you have a bonnet on. But no matter what I think, the people in the comments they're a little bit more upset than I am. And I wanna read a few comments as well.
But hold on, Symphony, trust me, everyone who's wearing a bonnet ain't wearing it because they got to rush to get their hair done. Some of these bras are wearing bonnets because they're lazy and they don't want to, have their hair shown or whatever the case, or get it done. So it ain't always. I get your situation. If you're running to the store, maybe I get it, but why not wear something else? But go ahead, read the comments.
No. And I think you make a great point. I think that's why a lot of people are upset, because in her video, she addressed it as a whole, as black women stop wearing bonnets, as if, she's generalizing all of us. So I think a lot of women automatically as black women are going to be offended, because so many times we have to hear, don't do this and don't do that. But to not say, like, as a black woman in your experience, I know she's had to wear a bonnet outside of the house or wear a scarf outside of the house. I don't know if she's never stepped outside of the house like that.
Okay, but what about pajama bottoms? Pajama bottoms. What's the excuse for that?
They comfortable. They comfortable.
Well, you know what? Grown-ass diapers is comfortable, okay? Too. I heard them comfortable.
Now,
okay, depends.
Before y'all keep going back and forth, let me get into the comments. So one user said this was unnecessary and patronizing AF. Let black women show up as they please with full autonomy. And if that means bonnets and scarves in the airport, so be it. Another user says this is giving anti-blackness. Let black women wear what they want and be unapologetic in it. Society does not respect us anyway, so I refuse to add parameters to my own existence when it's unwanted either way. Now, with those comments, Monique did respond, and here's what she had to say.
Hey, my sweet babies. I've been thinking long and hard about what I'm going to say in this post. Because the post that I did Friday in reference to us being the best us that we could be, it rubbed some people wrong. But I want to share this with y'all. And there were two people in my life that, had I taken a different attitude, I could have felt like they was rubbing me wrong. And that was Patti LaBelle and Margaret Avery. Patti LaBelle had to tap me one night. We were getting ready to do a show, and I was in my feelings over some shit. And that woman had to come tap me and tell me, get myself together. And she didn't tell me with lollipop kisses and pancakes with syrup all over. She told me what I really needed to hear. And I was grateful for that night, because it impacted my life. I'm okay with y'all being in your feelings about it. I'm okay with that. Because when you love somebody for real, I know y'all will get over that. And when y'all say, we will cancel your ass, well, they've tried that. And I'm still here to let y'all know I love you. And ain't nothing you can do about that.
Now, Capone, I want to come to you after seeing that, because I know you're someone that says Monique should mind her business. What are your thoughts on that?
Patti LaBelle saw something in her because she reflected what she was going through. You still don't know what thousands of people in the airport is going through. Let me tell you something I did. I went and saw a guy with his pants hanging off his ass, and it disgusted me. And just like Monique, I called myself Karen. And I walked up to the guy and I said, hey, why don't you pull your pants up? He said, am I bothering you? And I said, kind of bothering. He said, why? I'm not doing nothing. This is our swag now. You had your time, whatever it was that you were doing when you rolled up one leg, and maybe your parents didn't like it, but you still rolled your leg up. This is our swag. Let us enjoy it. I'm not bothering nobody. I'm not insulting anybody. I'm just wearing my pants low behind my drawers, and I feel comfortable about it. And I was like, wow, that's really, really, yeah. You got to respect that. And that's why I say I'm not trying to be disrespectful, where sometimes you got to mind your business, but it's very, very important that you understand why.
So do you think it's generational, where each generation has that thing that they call out?
It's a style. It's a style, and Monique's style is totally different from these people who have bonnets and stuff. I mean, they making Fendi whatever they call. Yeah. They making Gucci, and these people are liking it, and it's a style, whatever. If it's comfortable for them, it's comfortable. I don't agree with how they looking or whatever, but I learned to mind my business.
Right. Pierre, I want to get your thoughts on that. What are your thoughts?
There's a difference between style and being lazy. Wearing pajama bottoms is being lazy. Wearing a bonnet is being lazy. There's a difference between being stylish and lazy. There's stuff that you might not like someone's style, but being lazy too. What happens if I come on the airplane, I come to the airport with a white t-shirt with crumbs and tomato sauce and every shit all around because I ain't want to wipe my mouth and be just dirty. Say, niggas, what I wear. Well, why don't you change the shirt, man? Why don't you wear a clean shirt? I can wear what I want to wear. I don't give a damn. I don't care if I got juice stains all over shit. I'm sitting next to you. What happens if I don't take a shower? I ain't going to take no damn shower before I get on the plane. I'm going to get up on the plane. That's my way of living. You can't tell me what to do.
What if somebody couldn't afford it and that's somebody put him on the plane so he can go somewhere to get help for whatever it is that he might be going through? You never know what a person is going through.
You're absolutely right, but you always trying to go to the excuse of you don't know what. Well, it's anything in life. Let everybody do whatever the hell they want. Just like, hey, you don't know what they're going through life. I can beat my child. Like, man, you don't know what I'm going through my life in work. I can sell crack. You don't know what I'm going through my life, man. My family was wrong. It's always going to give an excuse for people to do something whatever they want to and say, but you don't know what they're going through. But you know what? We live in an adult world. I think there's a difference between style and laziness. Right. And I think that's what she's talking about. She's not talking about them being lazy. I mean, about the style. It's about the laziness of having your hair, you know, you're wearing a bonnet. What's wrong with wearing something else around it? I mean, why be in the airport with a bonnet on and some pajamas on? I mean, okay, you say it doesn't bother nobody. What's next? A robe? A diaper? I wear a grown-up diaper and a robe? Leave me alone. Really? Come on, y'all.
So for me, and I know I kind of voiced this earlier, it's like, I guess it's like, because you don't know what somebody's going through, right? Like, you can't automatically assume because somebody has on a bonnet that they don't have pride in themselves or that they're ghetto and they this and that.
And you can't automatically assume that they got something, they're going through something either. You can't automatically assume that one too.
Correct. So if you're gonna make an assumption to say like, hey, everybody needs to stop doing something, that's gonna be harder for people to digest because you never know people's situation and every situation is different. Now typically when you feel better, you tend to dress up and things like that. So I feel like, and this was mentioned earlier outside of our conversations here, is like when you're addressing the mentality, if you want to take the time to address the mentality of our people, to say like, hey, I want you to feel better about yourself, which I feel like she kind of touched on. I want you to feel better about yourself so that you can present yourself in a way that you feel good. Now, if you're putting on bonnets and wearing, pajamas because you may not feel good about yourself, that's one thing. Let's address the mentality. But if we're just saying like, oh, well, everybody that has on a bonnet, you don't have any pride, you ghetto, you this, you that's when it falls into like, you don't know.
But you just said it. You said if you're doing better, you're gonna dress better. So obviously they ain't.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's like, for example, the example that I gave. If I have a show and I need to protect my hair, because as a black woman with natural hair, unfortunately, like weather isn't always on my side. So if I have to protect my hair and possibly be looked at a little strange in public, then I'm probably gonna be looked at a little strange in public because I'm not about to mess up my hair for my event to please the people that are around me. Like it just.
But let's be honest. Let's be honest. If you do that, you're running to the store real quick. You're not on a plane for hours going into the airport with pajamas on. Would you wear pajamas because you feel comfortable in the airport? Would you wear a bonnet all day long in the airport? Would you do it? If you
I personally would not, because I was raised not to wear pajamas in public, not to wear certain things. However, I can't judge someone who's doing it because I have no idea what it is. So I will tell you what I did appreciate from Monique the most. Is when she said when she's out in public, she's going to tap them on the shoulder and have some type of conversation of like, hey, what's going on? I love, when you approach him, it was like, oh, hey, pull your pants up automatically compared to like, hey, is everything good? Like I'm just trying to check in. I appreciated her saying that. But to say like, let's just all not wear bonnets. I'm probably going to wear a bonnet if I got an event and I need to keep my hair.
I would wear pajamas, a robe, whatever it is that I feel comfortable. I used to wear all kinds of stuff at the airport, and it was uncomfortable to put my sneakers back on. So I wear slippers now. Does that make me bad? No. I used to wear suits, now I wear sweatpants. I was uncomfortable in suits, sitting in first class or anywhere with a tie on.
So let me ask this, because this is another conversation that has been brought up. Should people treat other people the way that they dress? And Pierre, I'll start with you. So if you're dressed a certain way, should I treat you the way that you're dressed?
Should you? No. Do people? Yes. Now you deal with the consequences. You come for a job interview with your pants sagging, your shit all dirty and shit, and you trying to get a job at a place, and they don't hire you. Okay, brother, keep it 100. Wear your sagging pants. Wear your jewelry, your gold teeth at this job interview, and you don't get hired. It is what it is. You do you, they do them. That's it.
What about you? Do you think people should treat other people the way based on how you're dressed?
No, not at all. And that's why I don't go for job interviews. That's why I buy the company. So when I buy the company, I could dress the way I want to dress.
Everybody can't do the company. Everybody don't own the company. Everybody won't ever own it. You got to have employees. Trust me, you can't own the company unless you're the only employee. If you got employees, then they working for you. So how they come to you? Welcome to the world we live in.
Y'all are definitely a trip today, but I appreciate y'all giving insight, and I do think it's good to understand both parts. What I would love to see come from this, though, I would love to see Monique create like some type of etiquette program for y'all. Like if she's passionate about it that much, create some type of etiquette program for these young women that you feel like that you can reach. Because I feel like, you know, if we're gonna say something, let's make sure we do something too. So I think that'd be really cool to see.
And you know what? I like this conversation because now I do this out of my home sometimes when you see this, and I try to put a dress shirt on, I try to put a nice jacket on. I got wife beaters, and I'm gonna wear whatever, wear pajamas, because we don't really matter what we wear, how we get treated.
Now, hold
so
on.
for Comedy Hype, you about to get this business any way it comes.
You want to stand? Can you stand up before you sign up? And I think we gotta close out on that.
We're gonna rock it. We're gonna rock the top half.
You
the
heard
bottom
from us.
half,
Now we
okay?
want to hear from you in the comments below. For Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony Thompson.
Put it in the comments.
Protect Black culture.
I own it.